This post is for single moms that are experiencing coercive control. Now, I use my platform to bring awareness to abusive patterns and behaviors from narcissists. I divorced a narcissist, and I just want to point out some examples of you can keep your cool and maintain a bit of radical acceptance. I'm not saying you got to roll over and play dead with these narcissists, but at the end of the day, we have to pick and choose our battles. Because let's face it, they're miserable and they're not going to change. They're going to always try to get back at you any way that they can because they no longer have you under their thumb. Look at it as you're the one who got away. And whoever they're with now, they're trying to wear that mask for as long as they can. So they're going to have their moments where they're lashing out at you and punishing you for leaving their ass. So let's read this together. Coercive control is a pattern of controlling behaviors used by an abuser to dominate and limit the freedom of their partner, or in our case, ex-partner, often leading to significant emotional and psychological harm. I think the courts need to do better and need to do more about these type of behaviors. If it's brought to their attention, they need to make these motherfuckers pay a fine. Maybe if they had to pay a fine, they would stop doing this shit. Because it's very detrimental to single mothers and the weight that and if you have multiple kids, that has to do with a single mother, a single parent that doesn't have an ideal co-parenting situation because the other parent wants to use the children as a pawn to control the mother or father, let's just say, because there are single fathers too. But I can only speak for myself as a single mother that this shit is real, and my ex continues on a monthly basis, I kid you not, to remind me of the reason why I divorced his sorry ass. Coercive control refers to a range of behaviors that an abuser uses to exert power and control over their partner or family member. This form of abuse is characterized by tactics that isolate, exploit, and monitor the victim, creating a sense of dependency and fear. It can manifest in various ways, including emotional manipulation, intimidation, and restrictions on personal freedom. Let that sink in. If your ex-spouse, partner, whoever, the other parent is doing any of these things, this is abuse. They need to knock it off. But they're going to continue to do shit like this because they are miserable. My ex has a second family now. Bravo, kudos to you. But you're still miserable and you still try to make things more complicated when I have the children 95% of the time, and that's being generous. This person wants to blame me for the amount of support that he has to pay. He uses that as an excuse to lessen his time from seeing the kids because he wants to try to make me feel bad or guilty for what he has to pay in child support when this mofo makes 10 times the amount that I do. Narcissists have a sense of entitlement, like this is your role, this is what you're supposed to be doing, and you need to figure it out because you divorced me now, and this is the choice you made as a single mom, and I shouldn't have to pay you this much money. That's what they really want to tell you, but they're not saying that. They're just going to throw a tantrum, kick and stump their feet every time they see the amount of money that comes out of their check, because it's going directly to you if you have that set up that way. And they're pissed every time. All the things that are more of a him problem, he wants to make it a me problem. And in your case, they're making it a you problem, right? You're getting blamed for the fact that they have to work more because they owe you so much more in support and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what this fool says. But they won't stop having babies, multiple babies, after they complain about the ones that they already have to financially take care of support wise. They're so angry about what they have to pay. Everything's about money. You don't get a simple thank you because you do an amazing job taking care of your kids, making sure that they're on the right path. You're signing them up for whatever extracurricular activities. You're doing things for the kids with that support money. Okay? You're not just dumping your kids onto somebody else like they would when they get the kids. When this type of behavior surfaces and you nip it in the bud, because you're, like I said, you don't have to roll over and play dead, but you let them know, like, hey, you need to know you have to pick up the kids when it's your turn and your time and blah, blah, blah. But, these type of abusers want to try to tell you, I can't get the kids on this day, but I can get them on that day. And if you can't, abide by what I need, then you're going to have to do this. And it's just like, huh? Excuse me? Who says you are running the show? That's not a type of co-parenting. It's a dictatorship. They really want to dictate what you can do, and your time, whatever you got going on, doesn't even matter because it's so minimal because you're just a woman. These narcissistic abusers, most of them hate women. And I'm seeing a lot of posts about people saying that's because they are on the down low. And I believe that there's got to be some truth to that because a lot of these men hate women. They despise them. All I have to say is keep your documentation because there is going to be a time and a place for it. I literally do what I'm supposed to as a parent, and I pick up that motherfucker slack. So and I know a lot of you women do not deserve this shit, and something really needs to be done about it. What are we going to do about it? Because the courts really need to implement something about this abusive behavior. It's not healthy for us single mothers, and the kids need us. That is why we step up and take on more than we're supposed to. But we got to do it because these are our kids. And these lowlifes ain't doing a damn thing about it, but trying to make things more stressful.